In a moment that sent shockwaves through the House of Commons, Conservative MP Katie Lamb stood up and pulled back the curtain on a scandal brewing within one of the country's oldest and most trusted institutions, the Church of England. During a heated exchange on the parliamentary floor, Lamb revealed that the church has been diverting funds originally intended for vital church repairs and maintenance to bankroll its so-called Project Spire, a multi-million-pound initiative described as a slavery reparations program. Lamb's revelation was not just unexpected, it was explosive. Let's have a watch, but first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The funds that have been committed to Project Spire, the Church of England's reparations project, are in fact for the upkeep of parish churches and the provision of salaries for the clergy. I know the Second Church Estates Commissioner is dedicated to our parish churches and wouldn't support anything unlawful. So could the Honourable Lady please provide the grounds on which the Church Commissioners are authorised to allocate this money to aims for which it was not intended? And what details of conversations can she share of those conversations that she's had with the Charity Commission to determine whether they can do this, as it seems to be unlawful?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now, the Fund for Healing, Repair and Justice is the Church Commissioner's response to its legacy links to the chattel enslavement of Africans. The fund will be sourced from the endowment managed by the Church Commissioners, and the Board will always act in accordance with the charity's legal powers. Once discussions with the Charity Commission are completed, the Board will take a formal decision on those next steps. The Honourable Member will obviously agree that I cannot prejudge what the outcome of those discussions will be.
According to the MP, money that was meant to preserve historic places of worship, many of which are crumbling and at risk of permanent damage, is instead being redirected toward a campaign of financial reparative justice, aimed at addressing the church's historical links to the transatlantic slave trade. But critics led by Lamb say that this program has morphed into a politically driven vanity project, one that's sacrificing the immediate needs of today's communities for symbolic gestures rooted in events from centuries past. Even more alarming is the suggestion that this redirection of funds may not be entirely lawful. Lamb raised serious concerns about how this money is being allocated, hinting at a potential misuse of charitable or earmarked resources, especially if local parishes and congregants were under the impression that these funds would go toward urgent structural repairs. Parishioners and preservation groups across the country have already sounded the alarm, accusing church leaders of prioritizing ideological narratives over their duty to safeguard Britain's cultural and religious heritage. From rural chapels to inner-city cathedrals, many congregations have been left wondering why their appeals for support are being ignored, while millions are quietly funneled into reparations schemes that few were ever consulted on. Katie Lamb's intervention has now triggered calls for a full investigation, not just into the finances of Project Spire, but into the broader accountability of the Church of England in how it manages public trust, historical responsibility, and taxpayer-linked funding. As this story develops, the central question remains: should one of Britain's most iconic institutions be using repair grants and restoration funds to settle historical scores? Or has the Church of England allowed itself to be hijacked by activist agendas at the expense of the very communities it was meant to serve? What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.